Hi, my name is Robin. Welcome to English Grammar Now. Today, we're going to be talking about we used to, which is another way to talk about the past. Another way that we can talk about the past is using these two words put together, used to. This is only used to talk about things that were true but are not true now. So the past is different than the present. We also use it to talk about things that happened often or were true for a long time, not for things that just happened one time. For example, I used to be short, now I am tall. The used to be short happened in the past, and it is different from the present, when I am tall. Here's some other example sentences. We used to live in another province. My father used to work at the post office. Our school used to have blue uniforms. You can see that to make a sentence with used to, we put it in between the pronoun and the main verb. Even though we're talking about the past, we do not have to change the main verb into the past tense, which makes it a lot easier for us. We can use used to for all the different pronouns. Now, we have to remember that the meaning of these sentences is that it is different from what is true now. So, we would understand that we now live in a different province. We used to live in another province. Now we live in a different province. My father doesn't work at the post office now. And our school doesn't have blue uniforms anymore. So whatever we say using used to is different from what is true now. We can also make questions with used to. Just like with other sentences that do not have the to be verb, we have to add to do. Because we are still talking about something in the past, we need to use the past form of do, which is did. So a question would sound like this. Did you used to play football? Did we used to have more chairs? Did Mina used to work at this coffee shop? We can also answer these questions using the to-do verb. So our answer might be, yes, I did. Yes, we did. Or yes, she did. We could answer negatively by saying, no, I didn't. No, we didn't. No, she didn't. We can also add a question word at the beginning of a used to question. For example, where did you used to live? What did we used to study? When did Sue used to wake up for school? All of these questions are asking about the past. It's not true now, but we can still ask questions about what used to be true. We can also make negative statements with used to. We also have to add to do, just like we would in the present simple. So we can say, we didn't used to have this motto. It didn't used to be crowded on the bus. They didn't used to eat lunch here. So the negative, not, gets combined with the to-do verb. Remember, the to-do verb has to be in the past because our whole sentence is talking about something that happened in the past. Here's something for you to try. Because we usually use used to compare what is different in the past from the present, here are 3 sentences that are showing what is different for 3 people. You can read the sentence that is there and try to make a comparison sentence that shows what was different in the past using used to. There is more than one way to write these sentences. Why don't you give it a try? Here's one way we could fill in those missing sentences. We could say, Michael used to ski often. Michael doesn't ski now because of his injury. So the difference between the past and the present is that Michael used to ski, but now he doesn't ski. For number 2, I used to be afraid of speaking in front of people. I'm not afraid to speak in front of people now. So the difference between these two sentences is that in the past, I was afraid of speaking in front of people, but now that's not true anymore. So we can use used to show that the past is different from the present. In the third sentence, he really enjoys eating spicy food, but he used to dislike it. You could also say, he used to not enjoy eating spicy food. Either way, this sentence is again showing the difference between what was true, he used to dislike spicy food, and what is true now. He really enjoys eating spicy food. So, many times we use used to show that the past is different from what is true now. One thing we need to be careful of is using used to if something only happened one time. We could make a sentence, I used to fall off my bike. There's nothing wrong with the grammar in this sentence. It's totally correct. However, the meaning isn't correct. Probably, we should say, I fell off my bike, using the past simple. If we use used to in this case, it means it's something that happened many times. So if that is what you mean, then you could say, I used to fall off my bike. Maybe it happened often. But probably we would make a sentence in the past simple. I fell off my bike because it happened only one time. Here's something else for you to try. You can write some sentences about how you've changed. There are 4 topics that you can write about. The first one is where you used to live. Many people move from one house to another house, one city to another city, or even one country to another country. If this happened for you, you can write a sentence to show what is different about where you live now from where you used to live. Number 2, what you used to like to eat, or maybe something you used to not like to eat. Many people have changes in what they like to eat. For number 3, you can talk about what you used to do for fun. Maybe when you were younger or when you were at school, you did different things for fun than you do now. For number 4, what your neighborhood used to be like. The places that we live also change. The people might change, the buildings might change. So you can write a sentence to show what is different about the place you live, the neighborhood you live in. In a moment, I'll show you sentences that I wrote, but why don't you give it a try to write about yourself? Here's some possible sentences that you could write about yourself. I wrote this first one, and it's true for me. I used to live in Canada, but now I live in Cambodia. So the difference for me is the country that I live in. In the past, it was Canada, but in the present, it's Cambodia. The second one, this is also true for me. I didn't used to like mushrooms, but now I do. When I was younger, I didn't like mushrooms. They didn't taste good. But now, they taste okay. So I will use used to show the difference between what I used to dislike and what I like now. For the third one, I used to meet friends at my house. Now I meet friends at the coffee shop. So for fun, we have changed where we meet. It used to be in my home in the past, but in the present, we go to different coffee shops. And for the last one, my neighborhood used to be quieter. Now I see a lot of people on the road. So the change from the past, maybe there wasn't as many people and it was quiet, but in the present, there are more people and it's not so quiet. So we have seen a lot of examples about using used to describe how the past is different from the present. Maybe the changes are good ones, maybe not. But it's an easy way to talk about the past. Thank you for studying with me, and I look forward to seeing you another time. Goodbye!